What's up, Minecrafters? SirRobHiFi here, and quick update on the Blaze farm here. DocM asked me if I got hundreds and hundreds of them in here, if I could just nuke them one shot with the potion and kill them that way after they've been softened. I've changed a couple of things. You can't actually see it through the mobs right now, but I've put in half slabs for a ceiling on the 2x2 area so that it doesn't cause any suffocation for the ones that are standing on or jumping or standing on top falling down. Those can go in safely without causing any damage to the mobs. And the previous setup I had with the blocks, they were actually doing a little bit of damage, so that when I suffocated them I lost one or two to the suffocation itself before I got to hit them. So I switched that out. Just about see the half slabs in there. And the other thing was if I could get up to 300. Now, I've mentioned this before, my computer's not very good, and I tried turning it back to default textures and hadn't seen much difference in performance. So right now I've got, let's see, well, it's 165 altogether, and in this lower section, God, that causes a lot more lag. Well, it's got to be about 160 right there. So I'll close it off if I can reach and suffocate them. I added another repeater into the system so that now they are reduced to exactly half a heart, and I can hit them with one hit with my fists or with my rod of correction. But let's try it with this. Boom. Oh shit. I've never actually tried that before. Oh my god, I can't even see. Wow. Oh my god, that's fun. That is yeah, XP. Oh shit, I can't even see through all these balls. Oh, now I can see. And a lot of rods. Oh, I can't reach back there. Alright. So anyway, that was that was that. My FPS has jumped back up to a more manageable level. And I could just go back around the back of here and try and explain this a bit clearer. I thought it was pretty obvious to, you know, anyone experienced a bit with redstone, and I'm not. I'm terrible at it. But I think I might go over to the test world and import this to the test world and then give you guys a closer look at it, starting from the top down. If you wanted to set one up, come back after this little cut. Alright, see you in a minute. And I'm back. Here we are in the test world. Okay, I chopped out the spawner and whole setup system here, the mob softener, and now you can see it a little bit better. First thing I did was cased it in, and I marked out with this first level, this ledge that goes round is the maximum spawning distance from the spawner itself. I'll explain that a little bit more in a minute with that one there. And all I've done is gone down 2 blocks for every one, going from this corner diagonally down to here. And the reason I went from there in this direction was because in my actual world this other spawner is to the right over here. So that's why I chose to do it in that direction specifically for this one. And as I was working my way down, I wanted to get all the way down to ideally a 1 by 1 by 2 high space that would be fed by this spawner and the other spawner. But as I was getting further and further down, I realized I'm going to get out of range of this thing. See where I'm standing on the ground now, back here, I'm out of range here. And the lower I was going, I was realizing, okay, this one is still active, but that one over there is now off. And I didn't want to really try and set up a whole conveyor system pushing mobs over to another unit. So I figured, okay, I'll have to compromise. I'll just have to make 2 units and I can just jump between one and the other. And the rate at which the mobs spawn, there's plenty of time for that. Anyway, let's move on and have a look around the back. Well, we'll start here. As I showed before, this lever pushes in these 4 blocks, and like I previously mentioned, I put in half slabs instead of full blocks so they wouldn't suffocate the mobs. And then right below it, oh god damn it, okay, right click, must remember creative, that pushes these blocks in, which suffocates, and that is timed. Now it's timed perfectly so that it takes the blazes down to half a heart. And I have a problem here with this blob is not retracting unless I hit the switch, and that's some interference going on back here. Sorry about the jerky video, it's about the best I can do at the moment. And I've got to fix this part of it so that that doesn't happen, because it's interfering down below. Anyway, the switch comes in, activates 2 pistons behind there, the signal goes around, I've inverted it and then inverted it again here to avoid cross current going on in this area, and that pushes that set of pistons in. So that's just the top section, and the lower section, signal comes in from the button below, splits into 2 here, signal hits this and does an infinite loop around here. The other side of the signal goes off through this pulse lengthener, and this is a lot of repeaters. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, all at max delay, and that cuts the signal when the block is moved into here. And when the signal is cut, that then retracts these pistons, which are right behind here. Another set of pistons on this side, right in here, and that is the crusher. So it's pretty basic, you know. Up here I had some signs on the spawner itself to have them walk off, but it doesn't seem to be having any effect. Somebody said that they've fixed that so that mobs won't walk off because of signs anymore. I'll have to look into that. But if that's the case, then I'm going to have to scrap those spawnable spaces, which is that one and that one. And well, actually it's just that one. So if I put a block there, nothing can spawn on top of it anymore. Alright, that's that. And let's have a look inside. So for mob spawns, they generally wander around a little bit, because it's only too high. They're pretty much as likely to walk off the too high drop as they are to walk around on this. So they make their way down here pretty quickly. And if I might add some piston pushers up in this level just to speed it up a little bit so that it drops down to more than 8 blocks away from the spawner. But as the spawner pulses apparently on average about every 25 seconds that it attempts to spawn more mobs and can spawn up to 4 at a time, this does fill up fairly quickly anyway. Definitely quick enough for my computer, that's for sure. So that's pretty much that covered. I set this block here just to give you an example of, you know, when you come across your spawner and you first want to start setting up a perimeter around it to contain the mobs being spawned, there's one thing you can do. You can literally just go out, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then build a wall on both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a wall, and do that all the way around, and then you will have a 9 by 9 square. But if you're doing what I was doing and you're trying to drop them down 2 blocks for every one, you're going to run out of space to drop, because when you start dropping down too far, like I said, you will get out of range. So what you have to do is hit F3 and check your coordinates. If you can just about see that, X 66, 67, so I'm going plus when I go to the right, and then my Z coordinate goes plus when I go forwards. Oh no, sorry, that's a negative, so it's actually this way around. Alright, so to go up in numbers towards 0 in the case of minus 52, I have to go that way, and that way for plus. So it's that way and that way, which means if I face the spawner in this direction, forwards is positive and to the right is positive, which gives me the center point of the spawnable area, which is the bottom left corner of the spawner right there. So I've got 1, 2, 3 and 4, so that's in the right place, this wall. And then going the other way, you count the block that the spawner is on, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4. So you put the wall there, not there, because no mobs will be able to spawn here. And that's my understanding of it anyway. So the same thing again, because that is this bottom left corner right here, you would count the block it's on plus 2, 3, 4 and put a wall there. And this side you would go 1, 2, 3, 4, put a wall there. So it looks off center, and it is. It's closer that wall than it is that wall. But hey, that's how it works. So that's how you would start setting up the first level to funnel the mobs down. And once you've done that, say I wanted to go in this direction, I would want, well, this is the wall, so this is the spawning surface, and then go in and drop 2 blocks all the way around to this wall, and then the same thing over to this wall. And again, clear out all of this mess. and you would go down another 2 blocks in an L shape, like that. And keep going down. And as you'll see on my pre-made version, what happened at the bottom is it didn't work out symmetrically, and I've got a too wide section here before they drop down. But it's okay because by this point the mobs are dropping down here and jostling each other anyway, and they get knocked into here. And especially when they get this far down, because this is further than this is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, it's far enough down that there is spawnable area available. So once they get into there, you're good. Now, as far as where they can spawn vertically, it's the block above the spawner, the block on the level of the spawner, and the block below the spawner. This is all the spawnable blocks as far as height. So, like I was just saying in the first part of the video, if I put that block there, no mobs are going to spawn, because that is 2 blocks higher than the spawner. So they can't spawn there, they can't spawn below. And that's about it. Again, sorry about the jerkiness of the footage when I'm recording. It doesn't look anywhere near as smooth as when I'm just playing for normal. But like I said, my computer sucks, and it's going to be a while before I can do anything about that. Alright, see you later guys.